Oh boy, I'm a little late, guys. Sorry. Uh, Hello. I'm a little late, guys. Hopefully, I'm live because I did this in a rush. I realized 10 minutes ago that I'm supposed to be live tonight. Uh, I don't see anybody out there yet, so maybe you guys don't need me. Maybe you don't need me to talk live tonight. Maybe I should take a break. Anyway, I am live. I've been on for a few seconds and I don't have any chat people. All right, fine. I got one like. Woohoo! 3 viewers. Hello there. Nothing showing up on my screen though. It tells me how many people and it tells me likes, but it's already doing latency. Okay, what is it doing here? Come on. You could do it. We're having some bad weather here, so hopefully it's all going to work tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and everyone wherever you are, says Alvin. Hello, Alvin. And Philip First says, hi, guys. You weren't first, you were second. Hey, Jack, I forgot I'm supposed to be live tonight. Say hi to Jai. It's, for some reason, we are having problems. As usual. Okay, reconnected. Okay, thank you. Very early here. What time is it, Andrew, and where is here? So, I wanted to let everybody know that I am going to be only going on Wednesday mornings, my mornings, your evenings, with Paul in the future. I'm going to cancel my Mondays and my Fridays evenings, which is your mornings. So my Monday and Friday mornings are going to end starting next month. I think I have one more Friday to go, if I'm right. And I'm celebrating my birthday by not going live. 6:30 died. Yeah, that's pretty early in Texas. Yeah, you're right. You're early. Clear in Texas. Okay. Hello from one of your secret followers, Ontario, Canada, Andre. Hello, Andre. Happy birthday. Thank you, Alvin. June 2nd, and I'm going to be 69. Woohoo! 69 like fine wine. And we're going to go to Tierra Alta, a really nice restaurant that people that live out here will know. Jack will know. Really nice restaurant. Just Carolyn and myself. We're going to get away, just the two of us. Not going to have a big party. Out here, when someone has a birthday, or they ask for like it's an anniversary and they invite friends over, or a birthday, or they're having an engagement party or things like that, the person that's having it is the one that pays for everybody. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So if I invited 20 or 30 people for my birthday, I have to pay for it. That's the Philippine way. It's a little bit different here. Thanks, Alvin. Philip says, still a child. Yeah. Oh, you just turned 60. Oh, gotcha. I don't know. 69 is like 1 year away from 70. It's a little freaky for me, but it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Thank God I made it. You know, I'm the oldest person in my family that ever lived. Nobody's gone to 69. In fact, at 68, I was the oldest person that ever made it. It's kind of scary. I never understood about birthdays. Well, I mean, they're great when you're young. I mean, when you're going to start school and you're 5 and you turn 6, or if you're going to turn 8, 10, a teenager for the first time, 13, 16. I mean, they're great when you're young. You look forward to it. And then when you get older, it's not as much of a party anymore. 61 today. Hey, first time, huh? Yeah, I know. It's just I don't feel 69, and I don't, just maybe sometimes, like I went walking this morning super early. So I got up at 4:30 this morning. Actually 4, cuz I couldn't sleep. So and 4:30 I left the house to go walk on Rizal today, and I walked from about 4:45 till 6:15. And I thought a restaurant opened locally, Casablanca, I thought they opened at 6, but they didn't open until 7. But it started pouring anyway. So I quick grabbed my bike and got out of the rain and went over to the restaurant and went underneath their patio. They have a patio in the front. So I went underneath the patio because it was pouring rain. So luckily, I pretty much missed most of the rain. And I got my walk in, which is good. But I did feel a little bit of Charlie horse a couple hours ago. So I'm hoping I didn't overdo it for my first walk. So every day I'm going to be meeting Lowell, who was on my channel. Every day we're going to meet and we're going to walk on Rizal Boulevard. And I took some nice video, but I don't think I've uploaded it yet. And I took the sunrise. So it's really beautiful sunrise in the morning here because we face east. Yeah, just the day-to-day ages you, says Rick. Rick said, thanks, me and John Wayne. Oh, you have the same birth date, huh, Rick? Happy birthday. I met John Wayne, in fact, in person, the original John Wayne. Happy birthday, be 65 on the 17th of next month. Oh, another Gemini. Welcome, Mr. Gemini Andrew. And Sally turned 35 for the second time. I wish I could say that. I don't feel that way. I feel sometimes my age. So anyway, so I almost missed this live stream. I'm watching a movie, an old movie, and I'm thinking I'm making my notes while I watch the movie, and I'm jotting down that okay, tomorrow I have to make a notification post that Paul and I will be up on Wednesday, and then I'm for a podcast. And as I'm making it up and working, I'm going podcast Monday. Oh my God, I have 2 minutes to go on. So I don't even know what it says. Hopefully it says the same thing as it did on Friday, and it doesn't say Paul will be here because I had no time to edit the information for the title on this, and it is what it is. Anyway, the video did go up, by the way, for Kevin Tucker, and it's currently for members only. You can become any member to join. I did finally figure out how people can join. They have to go to the where it says more for the description on the face page of my channel, and you go all the way to the bottom, and in blue it says join, or maybe it's red. It's either blue or red. And anyway, it will become public. Right now, it's only for members. I have to do something for the members. So I did the investment seminar of trading options with Kevin, and he had his guest Sam come, and it was a really good. We changed the whole format. I had to move all the equipment around. I had to get rid of the green screen. I put up a whiteboard so he could draw and show everybody what he does. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good idea. He uses it a little differently. It reminds me of when I used to play craps in Vegas. I mean, there's more than one way to play. You know, you can count rolls of dice, how many times it hit 11, and you know it's going to hit 11 or snake eyes so many times in so many rolls, and you start betting after 30, 40, 50 rolls. I mean, it's probably less of a gamble the way he does it, because basically he just takes 1 to 2% insurance money on what he buys, and he doesn't really buy anything. He actually just sells. So it's something worth seeing if you're interested in doing options. But it will become public anyway in about a week. I'll make it public, and you guys can watch it for yourselves. Stanley's taking birthday control pills. Good luck with that. That's called Cialis. It's time for your live stream. Let's see. Just the day-to-day drama. Oh, yeah. Ages. I already read that one. Oh, wait, where I got to go down a little bit. Rode hard, put away wet. Yeah. Good afternoon from Nebraska, says Tony. Robin Wood. Almost could be Robin Hood. Afternoon. Whoop. Where'd he go? Afternoon, Goldfinger. Listen, Mr. Pancake, you're going to be put on a timeout. This is your first warning. You're on a timeout. And I don't that was an old name that I didn't like and I didn't use, and that's why I legally changed my name. So when you come back on, if you continue to be a troll, you will be blocked from the channel. I'm just sorry about that, buddy. Afternoon, Frama says, afternoon, Goldfinger from Durban, South Africa. Wow. Been following you and Paul for quite a while. Thanks for all you're doing. I'm as old as you. I'm not old. I'm young. I do the walking thing every day. Well, I just started the walking thing and my legs are a little sore. So why don't Filipinos sing the person's name when singing happy birthday? Totally different here. Totally different here at the Zebo. Also ingest a lot of greens every day. Well, I had a salad tonight, so I'm doing that. And I don't eat pineapple. I don't eat tomatoes. There's a lot of acidic things I won't eat. R. Rush says, Goldfinger, see you in about a month. My wife and Nina and I will be there in 2 months this time. Still waiting for our place in Dumaguete to be ready. So you're building it. Cool. Not everybody can build it. So I had real estate agents here, and we talked about building. It's a crapshoot. I'll be 69 next week. Yeah, son. Oh, with my 29-year-old Filipino girlfriend. Very good. That's young, buddy. At 29, you're 69. I don't know. That's a 40-year difference. That's all right. Herbert, again, you can say all you want, but good luck. Now you're going to get blocked. So we're going to hide you. You're gone. Goodbye. So Herbert's gone. Another troll. Good morning from Illinois, says Richard. Good evening from Melbourne, Australia. Well, good evening, Rodney. Is it evening? Yeah, I guess it is evening in Australia. North Carolina. Boy, this really covers a lot of area. Hey, guys, I'm a longtime follower, both of your channels. I will be in Dumaguete this week. There's a lot of people coming out lately. Would love to meet you guys. I will be there Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, give me a holler. Hopefully you got the ebook and you'll have my contact information, Joe. And I was at Ground Zero today with a lot of the other expats, and I'll probably be there again tomorrow because I have a fella named Mike Smith, and he's going to provide me with a whole lot of videos and photos so I can use as backgrounds. And I'm just going to put it on a thumb drive so I can pick from them and pick different ones. Watching expensive episode on my TV here. Hopefully this helps. That's Daryl, by the way. Helps get you over 1,500 hours. Thank you very much, Eddie. North Carolina, too. Good evening from Bonifacio Global City. So you're a local. Bonifacio BGC. Oh, okay. I never knew the full name. I only knew it as BGC. Old Steven says, Old Dog and Goldfinger sounds like the next James Bond film. Hey, guys. 37-year-old Army vet. Wow. Moving to Cebu City June 28th. Excited, never married, and no kids. Are you retired? Keeping me in your prayers. 37 years, you're pretty young there to be moving. That's pretty good. You could do that. Paul will be here Wednesday morning, which will be your USA Wednesday night. He comes here at 9 a.m. my time, which is 12 hours difference in the East Coast. 9 hours the day later. Actually earlier, but it is what it is. So you can catch us our time Wednesday, 9 a.m. Just an American digital nomad, 32 years old. Digital nomads. Okay, well, don't tell anybody that when you come in because then you can't be a tourist. You need a work permit. Just tell me you're retired. I was a building contractor for 20 years. I should manage builds for expats, keep on their permits, and make sure payouts. Well, yeah, a lot of people can use that because here they're not responsive. They're not dependable. Contractors typically are not dependable here. They probably, and they get scammed. Yeah, a lot of people get scammed, as everybody knows Paul did. So enjoy retirement. Yep. Eddie says, okay, so what do we got? Goldfinger. Okay. You got to say more than that. Jewel Ewan. I'm not sure what country we're from. Doesn't sound American. Eddie says, I'll be there in September for a month and hopefully back permanent next year. You got to come for more than a month, Eddie. You can't experience the Philippines in 30 days. It goes by so fast. And I'm only in Dumaguete. I mean, there's 7,000 plus islands here. There's lots of great cities. I haven't even got to Iloilo yet. You should probably watch Scotty Boy's channel. He travels all over the place. He's never one spot for very long. So Goldfinger is my legal name. It was legally changed to Goldfinger. So, and I don't use my other name, and I never liked it. Stevens retired from the U.S. military army. You joined young at the army. Were you did you volunteer to join, or were you drafted? I just missed the draft. My name is actually just one Goldfinger, Julian. I have one name. I don't have a first name or a last name. Hello, how many malls in Dumaguete? Oh boy, now there's 3 in Dumaguete, and there's one, I believe, in Bakong. City Mall, Robinson's Mall. I can't remember. Maybe Jack knows if he's still on. I can't remember the new mall that they just built at North Point. It's kind of a skinny, tall mall, but it is a mall. It has 3 floors. I'm not sure if they're using the 3rd floor. So that is a name that I changed from. And why does it upset me? Well, I don't use that name anymore. It's an old name. And be honest with you, usually I'm going to remove that because I don't like that name, and people know I don't like that name because I don't use it. Howdy, ones and zeros. I just spoke to you. You just told me your real name, and I wrote it down. I got to pull that up now. But he just sent me an email, and we chatted. So let me see it real quick if I can find it. Keep notes. YouTubers' real names. I had to write down so many. So ones and zeros has a couple different names, and it's Ron. Hi, Ron. I won't use your last name. Let's go back. Rick's destination, Cebu. We are 19 months out from our permanent jump to Philippines. Well, congratulations. Man, start getting rid of the junk. Just get rid of it. I gave my stuff away. I said, just let it go, I hit his message, but I'm not going to block him unless he continues to be pushy. So it's okay, Andrew. I mean, that was a name. I just don't use it anymore. I never liked it. Just didn't like it. I don't know why. Volunteered to join in April 2000. So you volunteered to join in 2005. And your uncle convinced you. And my son volunteered, and I didn't want my son to go into the army, but they gave him quite a package. They gave him a lot of benefits, a lot of education. He was a computer whiz. They sent him to Microsoft. They got a Microsoft, I don't know what you call it, but educated. He went to school there. They paid for a lot of things. So what did Philippines immigration say? It seems like a fake. Dude, get off of it. You're going to get blocked. Okay? It's on my passport. It's on my driver's license. Deal with it. Okay? Wow. Again, you just don't seem to get it. You're already out of here. Forget it. Goodbye. You're just not going to get it, brother. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. So Hugh Juan, he can watch, but he doesn't get to text anymore. Morning from St. Croix, Romar. I've seen you before. I've seen that name before. It was the same guy as before. Yeah, I know. I don't know why, but trolls have a lot of different email addresses that they use in Google that they can get accounts on YouTube with. They have a multitude of them. So when you block one, they just come back a different way. It's crazy. And I've talked to Mike, I've talked to Paul, I've talked to a few other YouTubers. They have the same problem. So who knows what their problem is. They're just unhappy with their own life. Can you imagine how sad and boring trolls' life must be? Just what I just said. Exactly. They're very sad. They're not happy with their own life. I have a control. I have a troll fan club. I should make a list of all the trolls. But if I did, I'd have who wants to know them? I don't even want to know them. So I was going to I started to make a list of stories I was going to tell, but I'm going to record it and give those stories because not only did I have interesting stories when I was gold refining, if people would bring things in that and sell things that were off the wall. But I also was an Uber driver for a couple years in Las Vegas, and I only drove nights. And we had a lot of strange people in the nighttime and some pretty funny things that happened. Um, how many hospitals are there now? Okay, half a dozen. I couldn't name them all. Some are better than others. I know three main ones, but I think there's more than three. There's about 4 or 5 hospitals. R. Rush, Goldfinger. I have a brother-in-law that built my other place in Lapu-Lapu, finished 1 year. He traveled from Dipolog City and completed in 5 months. We'll talk to you and Paul when I get back. Okay, yeah, give Paul. I don't plan on building. I bought this place to stay here. I don't want to build. I mean, a lot of people say don't build because ownership could only pretty much be by a Filipino citizen, whether male or female. Everything else is just kind of a lease back or some other deal where the bank owns it. The only thing you can actually own, from my understanding, is a condo. And there are some really nice condos in Manila, and some maybe in Cebu too, but not in Dumaguete. The condos here in Dumaguete, the only ones that I know of offhand are the Marina Spatials. They used to have a really great view of the ocean, and then they built the mall in front of it, and so not all of them have it, and they're a little bit high priced, and you don't get free parking. You have to pay. You have to pay rent. You have to pay to lease your spot, which is pretty high, or 1,000,000 pesos to buy your parking spot. It doesn't make any sense to me. Is your fiance underage? No, my fiance is not underage. She's 34. She's half my age. So she is underage to me. Trying to talk my wife into a shipping container. The storm does not exist. That will blow it down. A shipping container house. A house made out of shipping containers. I get it. I don't know. I've seen them. They don't typically look so nice, but I don't know. McNello. Even with condo prices falling here, they are still way overpriced for the size of the units and of the quality of the construction. Well, that's true. I never thought much of the Marina Spatial. They were very small bedrooms. It took forever to go up the elevator. And then the parking was a problem, the parking situation. Paul, he's got a little blue star, and Ones and Zeros does too, by the way. I forgot to mention it. And so does Romac, which means if they have a little blue star next to them, they are joined as a member. Waiting on the barbecue sticks from Manang Sayongs near downtown Duma, as the other good place is Actions on Jose Romero. I love some of the local places that might grow. You'll have to tell me that. Maybe email it to me because, you know what? I'm going to take a photo of it and I'm going to look them up because I won't remember it. Those names are strange, but you'll have to tell me what kind of food that is. But I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to Google them and check them out. Thank you. I'll check those places out. You'll have to tell me what. This is barbecue sticks, so it must be barbecue food, and I'm not sure what the other ones are. There's a new place also on Jose Romero that's supposed to be really good Mexican food, and I don't remember the name of it, but one of my followers told me about it, and I did find it, and I gave it a star to. 34 is not bad. Good job. And why are you using my name, which I don't want you to use? My name is Goldfinger, so please, Cotton Underwear. If that was just a below the level, you're just gonna get a 30-minute timeout. So my name is Goldfinger. It's legally Goldfinger, guys. What do you think about mid-November coming? Is it still rainy? It's starting of the season of rain. But yes, it'll be rainy. We had a bad storm. We've had bad storms the last week, so it kind of just depends. The weather's changing all over the world, so I don't know. The weather's here shouldn't even be raining right now, but it is. Andrew says, I met John Wayne also. Oh, he was filming in my small hometown. The movie. Went to him and while he was sitting on his set, and I shook his hand and asked for an auto. Haven't washed my hands since. So my dad was a Britannica Encyclopedia delivery, and I used to love carrying the books. They were heavy. If you remember the Britannica Encyclopedias, it was several boxes. And John Wayne ordered a set, and I delivered it, and I was like in awe, But I did shake his hand too, but I don't remember getting an autograph. That's a bummer. I painted a shipping container house here in Connecticut, and it looks awesome. Well, that's good. I suppose you can fix them up and put porches on them and roof lines on them and do stuff so they don't look like it. I mean, I used to own metal containers. I owned 40-foot and 220-foots when I was in I was in California. In Agua Dulce, California, I had a ranch, 30-acre ranch, and we used those to store. I used one as a workshop, and another one is for storage of equipment and tools. They are sturdy, and the steel ones are very heavy. And you can cut windows in them, you can insulate them, you can do a lot of things with them. Rick's Destination. Now you did it. Love all the James Bond movies and have the theme music running in my head. It plays on my cell phone when my phone rings too. Brownout question. Constant brownouts here, buddy. I'm telling you, getting annoyed with these brownouts. Looking at generators. There's a sale going on in town at a tool store, and they carry diesel generators that are enclosed, have some soundproofing. They're not huge. 9,000 kilowatt or 9 kilowatt. So it's 9,000 watt power, and that'll do my whole house. And you'll have to do the math, but there's 74,000 pesos, and they'll be 10% off on the 6th of June. So I've marked my calendar that I might just buy one, but then you still have to get it wired and get a transfer switch. So it's all kind of automatic. You can buy solar here, and there are solar supplies. And honestly, they're not very expensive, but I don't like the idea of battery storage. Now, when they start coming up with something better, but my understanding is wet cells are still better than using like lithium. They still use wet cells, and it's a maintenance situation. I just don't want to deal with the maintenance. And I know somebody else that had a solar power system, and they had a place for all their batteries and everything, and something happened, I don't know what, and they started a fire and burnt all of the batteries down and the equipment that changes the DC to AC, the converter, and that type of stuff, and it's expensive. So I'm just not into it. I like a diesel generator. It would last forever because it runs in oil. It can run constantly. It's not as loud as gas. It's actually a diesel engine is louder, but the diesel ones come in a soundproof metal container, and they can last longer on a fuel tank, and the fuel doesn't go bad typically. So they don't need as much maintenance. They last long. I'm sold on a diesel generator. I'm sorry. It's kind of like a sailboat versus a motorboat. I just want to get there. The motorboat does it faster. I know people like the idea of free energy, but it really isn't free, is it? Especially if you have maintenance costs. Weston say, hi, Goldfinger. I saw Kevin's YouTube was taken down. Can you say why? Well, Kevin got really busy, and he was doing really good, and he got busy, and he didn't really have time for YouTube, even though he had quite a big following, and one of his videos got 500,000 views, which, God, I'd scream bloody murder if I had 500,000 views. I don't get that. I'm lucky if I get 5,000. And he didn't save the videos. He could have, and not him. He just took down his channel is what happened. And once you take down your channel, you have to start all over. It's all lost. All that stuff is lost unless he had kept the channel up and didn't do anything with it, or he could have actually downloaded his videos that he had and saved it on a hard drive or something, but he just didn't. He's kind of sorry about that now, anyway, himself. He may start up another channel. I don't know, but right now at this point, he likes to travel, and he just wants to do his own thing. Maybe he got tired of all the time it took for people constantly asking him questions. I got to tell you, I get a lot of people contact me, and sometimes things happen. I got people asking me for ebooks. I have people asking me about motorbikes, scooter rentals. I have people constantly asking me about things that, why don't you put this up? Why don't you do that? Why did you do that? Or that I have to answer comments. It takes a lot of time, and I'm not even at 2,500 subscribers, which, by the way, please like, subscribe. Where's the likes? I got 23 likes. Come on, I got 82 people viewing. Come on, hit the like. And I'll be honest, it takes a lot of time editing stuff where Paul doesn't edit at all, and I understand why, because it's a lot of time to do all that. So I forgot where we're going with this, but bottom line is I have to stop doing I was saying earlier when I came on, this will be my last Monday, and then I will be Friday live. And after that, I think I'm just going to do with Paul on Wednesday mornings because I don't have the time for it. It takes too much time. Okay, so the restaurants. The Japanese restaurant on Dumaguete Highway 7, they have storage containers. They rent out Airbnb and has swimming pools. Alex Krush, the Russian, yes. Oh, what happened to it? I lost it. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? Wait, let's go back. Alex Kush, the Russian, just said a lady built a house of 9 containers. Okay, I could talk to Alex about that. I'll have to watch his channel. He has a good channel, too. He does what do they call those things that they go in the air? He does, I forgot what they call it. Drones. He does drones. So he does videos with drones. Alvin says you should look into getting a large Blue Eddy, solar powered. You will never be out of power again. Well, someone else mentioned that to me, but then they weren't sold on it. So they said it wasn't available, or the price of something products. I don't know. They had problems. So I told them to give me information on it. They said they're not a distributor of it anymore. Juniper says, Goldfinger, sorry for using your old name. I am just doing some lighthearted busting balls. Well, the problem is I don't like my balls busted, buddy. I love your channel. I won't use the dead name anymore and respect your new identity. It's not a new identity. It's just my legal name, okay? I just don't like it. Hey, look what I got. I have, and now I'm not sure what that amount is, but I have someone that did give me some money. Where's the chicken? Oh, my God. Hold on a second. All right. Sorry. Wasn't prepared. Chicken. Thank you. Now, I'm not sure what kind of money it is. It looks like a W with lines through it, so I'm not sure what that is. It's obviously a different form of money that they'll obviously have to exchange. I don't know what that is, but thank you very much. Anyone thinking about blogging would pay attention to all the intrusions into their life and decide if they are thick-skinned enough for all of it to put up with it. Well, the thing is, I'm not going to take rudeness. Oh, Rick, $10 from Sabu. Thanks, Rick's destination. You are a humble and friendly person. You seem more approachable than some of the other bloggers. Maybe because I'm new. Alexander says, I ain't catching up now from the top 1.5 times speed. It's Korean money. Interesting. I don't know how much that is, but only time I've been to Korea is when I touched down at the airport. I don't think I even left the plane. So I actually never been on Korean land. I think he's being won, not won. Tito's saying it's won, W-A-U-N, I think it's called. Some super chats. It's Korean. Is it won? W-N? I thought it was W-A-U-N. But thank you, Rick. Thank you very much. And thank you, Juniper. Interesting. The The best university, the biggest and oldest is Silliman. I can't tell you if it's the best. I got another 1,000 won. You did a second one. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I can't tell you who the best university is because they have several, but the oldest is Silliman, and then quite a few followed here and started teaching hotel hospitality, restaurant. So I don't know if anybody else knows, but I guess the best depends on what you're taking at the university. What is it? Medical. I don't even know. They have medical universities. Silliman is the biggest. They have everything. Okay, so they're big. They have multiple campuses all over, and they've been here for like 100 years. So, but there's a lot of other campuses and schools here that are very good, and they turn out doctors, nurses, people in hotel hospitality, like I said, restaurants. I don't really know all the subjects, but I'm sure they have legal and teaching as well. There's teachers, so there's teachers that get credit. So I don't know, they're pretty good. So I was going to tell you about some of the crazy times I had, but I got sidetracked. So let's see. Let's talk about. I'm going to try and think of some of the crazy things that happened. Oh yeah, okay. So when I had the gold refinery, I'll tell you a quick story because I want to tell some of these stories and record them so I can do it without having to answer questions. But there was a guy in Texas that contacted me when I had the refinery, and he said that they had to break open a safe that their father had passed away. They didn't have the combination of the safe, and they literally had to break into it and drill it and everything else. And they got in it, and he has a gold bar. I said, okay. And I says, well, are you sure it's gold? He goes, oh, yeah. I went and took it someplace. They checked it. I said, okay. I says, send me a picture of it. So he sent me a picture. Now, this is in I think it's in the 80s, okay? So we didn't really have the internet like you do today or everything. Even sending photos through email, really, I don't think it even happened back then. But you could get pictures through. It wasn't very clear like it is today. But anyway, he sent me a picture. It looked like a gold bar. It said 400 troy ounce, which is correct. It should be 400. Is a typical bar that they'll have at the mint. It's 400, and it was the right size and shape and the right color. And I said, well, it could be quite a bit of money. I said, I don't know. Maybe you should drill it and send some drillings off to a lab to test the purity. And he goes, no, I had it checked, and me and a friend, we want to hop on a plane and come over there. And I says, are you sure? I said, because I can't really see it over the phone like this. Like, he sent me a picture, and it's not very, I don't even know if they had smartphones. He might have sent me a picture over the internet, and I don't think they had smartphones. But whatever the picture was, it wasn't very clear. And I says, I can't make sure, and I can't test it. I says, you should. He says, no, it's definitely very, very heavy. Okay, well, you want to come here, you can come here. So, it does more lives. Go over here, don't answer questions unless they pay. So he hops on a plane, and it costs him a lot of money because he literally went on a plane within 2 or 3 days. And he brought a friend because he was afraid of carrying this bar and not having a friend with him for security purposes. And they show up at my refinery, and he hands me the bar. And the minute he put it in my hand, I knew it wasn't gold. So then I'm thinking, okay, I pass it off to my partner, Henry, at the time was my brother-in-law. And I says, what do you think? But I'm thinking in my head, are we being set up for a robbery? Because what the heck? Now, the bar, obviously, he never turned it over and showed me the backside. The bottom side of this bar had green felt on it. It was a paperweight. Okay, and it probably was full of steel or lead, but it was heavy, but it wasn't heavy enough. And I'm like, oh God. So I says, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, well, what? And I'm going, it's not gold. He says, are you sure? I says, I guarantee you this is not gold. It doesn't have the right weight in my hand. It doesn't have the right look. It's shiny. It shouldn't be shiny. Pure gold doesn't polish up that good. And of course, in the picture he sent me, it was very grainy, so I couldn't tell. I says, it has everything right on the top, but it has green felt on the bottom, and you never told me that. You didn't describe it. So did you send another one? Yeah, you did. Juniper sent another 1,000. So thank you. And I think he was devastated. He has spent like $1,100, and this is back in the 80s, for a round-trip ticket. And it wasn't anything but a paperweight. And you'd get a lot of people that would bring me rocks, and they think they're gold, and sometimes it's just fool's gold. I don't know if you've ever heard of fool's gold. It's mica. It's kind of it looks like gold. It's shiny like gold, but it's not gold. Anyway, it was a lot of crazy things that used to happen in all the businesses I was in, even in jewelry stores. I had jewelry stores for 10 years. I had people bring in diamonds, and they weren't diamonds. I'd have a wife bring in her diamond ring with the appraisal that we did, and the diamond she's showing me in the ring isn't a diamond. And I'm saying, this is not matching the appraisal. And so, and I remember in the back of my mind, he bought 2 rings. So the diamond went to the girlfriend, and it's like, I don't want to be in the middle of this. It was embarrassing. I just said, I'm sorry, but this does not match this appraisal. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't want to say anything about her husband or buying 2 of them at the same time, but that's a lot. That happened multiple times, very often. So here we go. Thanks again, Juniper. He's telling everybody. Don't answer questions. Pay. What was that option class Kevin did on your channel? Pretty thorough. Yeah, it was. You'd have to have a backup again. There was a 2-part to it, and the first part was really easy. The second part is in case you end up owning the option, and that part was a little more complicated. But he taught somebody here locally, Sam. And Sam was very open to having people contact him so they can help him when Kevin's out of town, what to do. And so you'd probably want to start off with $1,000 in the account, with a brokerage account, and only use up to 50% of that, so $500, and just play a few times for the first 3 months. So that's what Sam did. Sam's very happy. He started with $1,000. He added another 1,000 to it in around the second or third month, but on his first $1,000, he actually turned it enough times to make $750, and he figures he made overall between the first 1,000 and the second 1,000 with the time frame that he put it in, that he never really invested much more than $500 at a time, and he made $750, and he said it wasn't a full 75% profit. It was 54%, because at a certain point he put in another 1,000, and he used another 500 to buy some more doing the same thing. Instead of buying 1 option, he had bought 5. But he said overall in the 3 months he did a few trades, and he made $750, and he said it was very easy, almost risk-free. You'd have to watch the video, to be honest with you. It's very interesting. I saw your interview with him, and you have done it before. I didn't do it the way he's done it, okay? I used to buy options. I'd own them, and if the price went up, I sold them. If the price went down, I pay a fee for someone to take it off my hands at a loss. And the idea was that you should make more winners than losers. So if you had 2 or 3 winners out of 10, you'd make money. Now, you could make money on it going up, or you could make money on it going down, which is called a put or a call. However, what Kevin's doing is he's the guy that's insuring the options. He's not owning them. He doesn't want to own them. He's the guy that when you put in a stop, let's say you buy a stock at, just give you an idea. Let's say you buy a stock at $5 a share, and it's 100 shares. One option is 100 shares. So you're going to spend 10%. So it's going to cost you $500 to buy one option at 5 if the shares go for $5 a piece. Okay, now you're wanting it to go up. So what Kevin would do was, it's going at 5. He'd put in an offer to buy it at $4 if it drops. Okay, And what other guys do is when they buy it, they take a stop loss. And a stop loss is an insurance policy that you pay in case it goes down to 4, it automatically sells off to a person like Kevin. However, and you pay a couple percent for that, okay? And so he works off that couple percent. Now, when he gets the option and he gets it for 4, if that happens, he doesn't want it to happen, but if it should happen and it goes from $5 to $4 and he ends up owning 100 shares at 4, he just holds on to it. He holds on to the option. And on the following week, on a Monday, since everybody's optimistic, he puts it back up at 5. And so a person that's put in a put, which is the opposite, he wants the stock he wants the stock to go down, and he thinks it might go down lower, and he'll buy the $4. He'll buy the $5. Hopefully, it goes lower yet. Or another guy who wants to buy it at 5 because he thinks he'll make money doing that by going the opposite, and he pays another insurance fee. And that's what he's working on, is the insurance premium that they pay for covering other people's shares. It's between 1.5% to 3% roughly. So let's say you're making 2%. So you're making 2% on your, you would think you're making 2% on the 500, but you're making 2% on the 100 shares at 5, so it's 500. So you're making so it's only $10. So you're making $10. Now this is just $500 invest. It's a $500 investment, and you made $10 two ways. Okay, so you made $20 in a week, and you could do this 4 times a month. So you're making $80 on a $500 investment. You make $80 a month times 12. You're making nearly $1,000 only working with $500 in the first place. Now multiply that by 10. So you can see that you can make pretty good money. It's a slow way to making money. It's not a fast way, but it's almost guaranteed. So it was he explains it in detail how it works on the board. I would recommend watching it. I think if someone wants to make money here, and not invest a lot, not own a business here, and you could do it with a laptop. You could actually do it on a phone too, but I would recommend a laptop so you can see more clearly all the laptops will give you more information when you view it, especially if the bigger the screen you have. You don't have to invest a lot of money, and you could do this anywhere, and you can make money, and the money goes into your U.S. or Canadian account, and basically you can make some. You could augment your retirement money quite nicely. And another guy I spoke to, who also does something similar to what he's doing, is making $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So it does work. And you don't have to invest a lot of money. You could build it up over time. And over a year, you could take your $1,000 and build it up to $20,000 by constantly reinvesting your profits. And then on the second year, you're still, you only started with $1,000. Now you have 20. On your second year, you have 20 to play with. So it's 20 times your first year. It could grow exponentially because you're making a lot of money on the money. It's compounding. That's pretty much the story. Mark I got another one. I see Juniper. Thank you. You're going to go broke. I don't know what 1,001 is, but you're going to go broke. It's $1. Hey, thanks, Andrew. Oh, he's a big spender. Okay, well, you can still get the chicken. Oh, yeah, well, I missed a couple. Okay, let's go back. Let's see. What's the minimum amount of days you can rent a scooter for? Do you do daily? No, Mark, I don't do daily rentals. However, there is a guy, I believe it's Mark's Rentals, and he's in town too. He's also a foreigner. He'll rent daily, and I'll turn you on to him if you want to rent. But I only do 1 week minimums. I don't have time to do dailies. Checking bikes in, checking bikes out. I don't have time for that. Hey, Bryant. Evening. Hugs to Carolyn. Thank you very much. I got another $1 from Juniper. Woohoo! So no, that's not her last name. But again, you guys. And now they've come up with a new name. Yeah, we'll just put you on a hide. Bye. Let's see. Juniper Gold. Don't send questions to Goldfinger unless you give them some money. $2, your cheapskates. Oh, wait, but they just said you were giving me $1, but I appreciate it. He takes time out of the day to do this. It's okay. I'm enjoying myself. Not worried about it. But thank you, Jennifer. Does YouTube always run ads on your lives? I don't know. Are they running ads on my lives? I have no idea because I don't see them. In fact, when I go on YouTube and I watch it right now, if I go on it, I can't see what you're seeing. It doesn't allow me to see the chats on my own cell phone. They won't let me. I don't know if they're running commercials or not. You'd have to tell me. I have no idea. Rick's Destination. My degree is in environmental geology. And if you're not versed in precious stones or actual gold and silver, you should always be buyer beware. Just saying. Well, that's true. I mean, I did take geology courses and I graduated gemology, and I worked in a gold refinery for 45 years. My father's father started it, so it was the third generation. My sons didn't want to take it over, so I was the last generation to own it. And there's a lot of people that would try to fake gold. I mean, I've had people that take the gold color foil from gum wrappers and chop it, cut it up, and mix it with dirt or sand and tell me that they had gold filings. I mean, I've had all kinds of stupid things. I mean, crazy things. But yeah. Okay, 10s. I'm currently selling my condo. I'm taking $5,000 starting the option trade. Listen, you can take $5,000 if you have plenty of money. Just don't invest it all. Invest $2,000. Okay, just kind of take it slow. And he's going to do the will strategy. So because you're a member, you saw Kevin's video. So I guess you liked it. So I think it's pretty good, especially if you come over here and get Sam or Kevin himself to follow up. He'll meet you for coffee and make sure you're doing the right thing. And just for the first, Sam said he met with Kevin a couple times, even though he understood the trade, but he wanted to understand how to read the brokerage layout on his screen. Happy birthday, Paul. 29 again. Yeah. Andrew says happy birthday. How do you do your 1 minute cure daily journey? Well, I don't know if you're talking about, there is the 1 minute cure, which is a book about using hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide. I take that in my drink. It's in my water. I just drink water with hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide. I put 10 drops in here and I drink it. If that's what you're talking about, Tom. His lottery. Good luck with that, Andrew. Mike, hey, how's it going, Mike? Haven't seen you in a while. YouTube is running ads on your live. It runs ads on my live. Maybe that's why it stops. I stopped seeing conversation. I don't see chats for a few seconds. They're probably running something, and so it interrupts the chat stream. Really, they're running ads. I don't control it. I let them do what their thing is. I mean, you can go in there and change things and say, I don't want any monetization. I don't want any money from it. I don't want you running ads. But what happens is, like everybody talks about algorithms, they won't promote your channel because they're not making money. And I wanted my channel promoted, and it's a win-win situation because I just wanted to get the membership up. I literally got monetized in the first 2 to 3 weeks. It was pretty fast. In fact, it would have been faster because I had to wait for a letter to come to my son's house so that I can give him a 6-digit code because they wanted to make sure I have mail at that address. And you know how we're talking snail mail, so they call it snail mail because it's slow. So that was the biggest hang-up, waiting a week for that. I asked Carolyn to interview Weston. She's afraid of the comments. She sees the comments that people say. She'll watch the reruns of the chats, and she's shying away because of people that use her name or say stupid things. Um, yeah. Oh, no ads on premium. Okay, there you go. YouTube Premium is worth it because there's no ads. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. Uh, okay, I have blue methylene too. I've been using that for about a month and a half now. How much do you do, bud? Methylene, I just use one. So I'm adding hydrogen peroxide to this. It's about a liter. And I add one squirt of methylene blue and to it as well. So I put the two together. I take them both at the same time. Um, and you watch YouTube instead of TV. I don't watch. We don't even have. I don't even have a TV here. I've never watched TV, so I'm not a TV guy. I do like Netflix for movies once in a while when I want to relax, but that's about it. Some old movies. Like I said, old westerns, John Wayne, stuff like that. Hello, Arabian Night. YouTube's ads. I got ads when you were answering my question. Just my luck. Well, ask it again, and I'll tell you whatever. I don't know if you heard my answer or not. Just ran two ads. Really? So they're pushing the ads, and I told them they could just do their own thing. I gave them an open, open opportunity to run the ads they want. So they're going to push it. I don't know. I just want them to push it now because I want them to promote me right now so I can get more subscribers. But I think later on I'd ask them to cut it back because I know ads are annoying and most people just click off of them. They really only pay me money if you watch the ads. I don't think unless you're on the ads for 15 seconds, you're not going to get money out of it anyway. So it's not about the money because I know I do. I just click the ads. The minute it comes up, this is, skip, I skip it. Let's see. You can't comment when ad is running. Well, I don't know when the ads are running. That's the problem. What is your favorite food at home? What your partner knows you like? Salads. I like vegetables and I like salads. I do not eat rice. I don't eat potatoes. I stay away from bread, no pasta. So. A sweetener, I like coffee, so I use stevia, which is a natural leaf sweetener. You get used to it. It's not like sugar, and it's not like Sweet and Low, but it's a different flavor. It's different sweetness, but you get used to it after a while. You don't even pay the difference. You can't tell the difference after a while. Thanks for your content. Thank you, Tom, for. I may not get ads because I have premium. Oh yeah, if you pay for premium, you get no ads on any of the channels. That's another thing. So you can pay for premium. When you mix the methylene blue with water, does your lips and mouth turn blue? No. Do you feel the benefits? Well, I'm going to say I'm sharper and I'm more energetic. I was taking naps and I don't take naps anymore. I get up at 4:30, between 4 and 4:30 in the morning, so that's pretty early. It's now 8:30 at night. I don't typically take naps, so I'm pretty energetic, and I attribute that to the methylene blue. I've been on hydrogen peroxide since 2010, when I was diagnosed with cancer, and that was one of the things that I had to use when I went to Mexico for treatment. I had pancreatic cancer, and it was terminal. So they put me on having vegetables, no soda pops. They didn't like meat and potatoes. You couldn't do that. You could do meat, but not meat and potatoes. No tomatoes, no ketchups, no sugar. Sugar causes cancer. Cancer feeds on sugar. I can't get a lot into it because I can only tell you what happened to me, and then I have to add a disclaimer because YouTube is really big on the word cancer. But I could tell you that it cured me and I was fine. For me, I don't guarantee it will be for anybody. There's my CYA. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a doctor, but I went to a clinic and they told me what I'm supposed to eat and drink. And hydrogen peroxide. And if you want to know about it, you can get the 1 Minute Cure from Amazon. It's a book. It's not very expensive, and it talks about how hydrogen peroxide works for your body. So I have salads and vegetables. I really like that. any kind of protein. I like chicken. I would say I like chicken the most. The beef here sucks. So, and I'm not a big a pork eater. So, um, let's see. Uh, you can't skip some ads. I didn't know that. Before I went premium, the ads were every 2 minutes. Oh my God. Good on you for the keto lifestyle. I do the same here. Yeah, I'm lost weight. I mean, I know I'm fat still, but I've lost like 60 pounds. But it's been 2 years. It's very slow. Sugar is the worst, Tom. Absolutely. Sugar is bad for your teeth, your gums, your gut. It's really, sugar is one of the worst things you could do. Chicken and fish. I do like Bangus. The only fish I like is salmon, which is imported, and Bangus, which is it's a local fish, and it doesn't taste fishy or smell fishy. I don't like fishy smelling fish, especially dry fish. Oh God, that's disgusting. Uh, yeah, thank you, the Robinson. Yeah, go to Amazon, Robin, and look up. You can get books on blue methylene, and you can get books on the 1 Minute Cure, which is hydrogen peroxide. Those are two good books to check out. I do both of those. What was the mixture of food grade hydrogen peroxide again? Well, it depends on the percentage. Typically, you want about a 6% solution, and you just start off with a drop in a glass of water, or 5 drops in a bottle of water, and you could build it up. They go up to like 30, 40 drops. I don't believe in that. I don't like the taste. So me, it's not the quantity, it's the consistency. So I always am adding drops of 6% solution. I think you can only buy 6% solution now on Amazon. It used to be 35%, and then you'd cut it 5 times with distilled water. But now I think you can only get 6% because they didn't want to ship it through the mail because it's caustic, I guess, of some sort. But it is food grade, and you can't drink 35%. I'll tell you right that. Now, it is good for cleaning bacteria on bar tops. It's really good for people that have stone tops, like what's the name of the stone that they use? A polished stone of any type, where they have a marble or I can't think of the other one, granite top, where they have a granite, because it's very porous. So when you cut food or drip food into a porous stone, it will grow bacteria. If you wipe it down with hydrogen peroxide, it kills the bacteria. In fact, if you ever had a wound on your body and it's an open cut, and you put a few drops of 3% hydrogen peroxide that you get from the pharmacy, which, by the way, you can't drink because that has additives to it. If you read the label, the 3% you get from the pharmacy has additives that are stabilizers. You can't swallow that, but you can put it on the surface. But if you put 3% hydrogen peroxide from the pharmacy on an open wound, you'll see it bubble. It's killing bacteria. It does that, and it helps the wound heal. So in this case, you're taking food grade internally and adding oxygen to your blood. Oh boy, before he went premium, ads were every 2 minutes. Wow, that's a lot. Sugar is awful. Yeah, we talked about that. Chicken and fish is okay. All right. Looks like you must be running a commercial right now because comments stopped. Now I know why the comments stop, and then all of a sudden there'll be a whole bunch. What was a mixture of food grade hydrogen? Okay, I answer that. Walmart burrito, fresh homemade salsa, breakfast of the champs. Yeah, not so much. If you go on a 1 meal a day, you don't have to worry so much about carbs. You can do both, but you don't have to, because the whole idea behind, in my opinion, of 1 meal a day is you can't eat enough calories in one meal that you'll grow fat. You'll probably be dieting. Okay, it's mostly, I'm going to think 1 meal a day is basically a calorie reduction in calories per day. But I think that's not a really good way. You should do 1 meal a day. If you want to do 1 meal a day, that's fine. You got to build up to it. You can't just all of a sudden just have one meal. You have to have a 4 or 6 hour period that you can eat. And And then you shorten the hours of the time that you eat and lengthen the times that you're in ketosis. There's books on that too. I've read all these books, and I've tried them all. But if you do the low carb and one meal a day, that's extremely effective. So, just saying. I just looked up the 1 Minute Cure book. There are two. One is the second edition. The other is new edition. Which is best? Get the cheapest one. When I had it, it was a paperback back in 2010. It literally was 5 pages. Now it's a book. They're all just going to give you more background information, how it came about, and results. And I get bored with that. I just want to know really how much hydrogen peroxide to take and what percentage and where to get it and how to dilute it and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear all the background history and stories and testimonials. So that's what I suggest. Just get the cheapest one. I don't think you need the newest edition. Yes, they do have avocados here, Ron. They're actually very fresh. Right now it's avocado season, so they're coming out with a lot. They're huge. They're huger than the U.S. I don't know why. I think U.S. gets their avocados locally and from Mexico. The avocados here are huge in comparison. They're a meal. I'll cut an avocado open and open up a can of water-packed tuna, upper grade one, so it's not a bunch of crappy tuna. Better grade tuna. They have 2 grades of tuna here. They have tuna in a can that's premium, and then they have the junky, chicken of the sea type tuna, which is garbage. And so I buy the premium tuna, which is packed really tuna meat, okay? And I'll rinse out the salty water a little bit with fresh water, bottled water, and squeeze it out. And then I'll put tuna with a little bit of mayonnaise together and put it inside where the pit came out and eat avocado and tuna. I like that. That's really good. And that's a meal. So, and avocado with black pepper is good. Yeah. I also do a drink. So I'm kind of on a health kick. You kind of get that way when you get older, but every night I put together, calamasi is kind of like the local lime. They're little round green things. They look like tiny limes. I take five calamasis, cut them open and squeeze them into a cup. I take 1 lemon and I take off all the rind and I squeeze the lemon juice in there and pick out any seeds. So it's just lemon juice. And then to that, I add turmeric, ground pepper because it activates turmeric. I add cinnamon. I add cayenne pepper. And I add 1 packet of stevia and chia seeds. And I let the chia seeds sit there for a few minutes so they get a little bit larger because they'll fill you up. And I'll have that every night. So it's a little bit strong sometimes, but I've been doing it for a long time. So that's my drink I have. So I like it. I got used to it. Yeah, well, bread and toast, the same thing. The only difference is you toast the bread. Yeah, there's a lot of healthy ways to get health. Bread, you don't want bread, and don't use margarine. And if you want to stay you want to keep yourself in keto, use heavy cream instead of milk because it has more fat and less carbs. You just don't, I still drink coffee. I like coffee in the morning, so I'll just use heavy cream. If you really crave bread, freeze the bread. It makes it much healthier. I didn't know that, but I don't. If you don't eat bread for a long time, you lose your cravings for it. I don't eat ice cream. Don't miss it. I do eat almonds sometimes, not every day, but sometimes I feel like something crunchy. I'll eat almonds, toasted almonds. You have to have a little bit of salt because you need to replenish electrolytes, and salt's electrolyte. So you can have salted almonds. I don't. I just have roasted almonds. Let's see. I'm getting hungry now. The tuna and avocado is pretty good. It really is. Mixed with a little mayonnaise, and if you want to cheat, you can get some pickle relish. Just make sure the relish isn't a sweet relish. It has to be relish that's not based in sugar. Or you could put celery in it in the relish. Just chop it up real fine. You could add anything you want really to the relish. That's a vegetable. That's not a high carb product. Yeah. You do pumpkin seeds. I like roasted pumpkin seeds. Yeah, I like toasted pumpkin seeds. Those are good. A little bit chewy. Definitely have fiber. There's another thing you could do too, which we were just talking about the other day. In fact, I was talking this morning. We were talking about it. Now I'm going to forget the name of it, but there's something you can mix with water, and if you don't drink it right away, it gets kind of gelatin-like. And I'm trying to remember the name of it, and I have it. I'd have to go look at it because I can't. You guys will come up with it. I could see it, but it comes orange flavored and non-flavored. And make sure you get the one that doesn't have any sugar added. And it's I can't think of the name. It's the name of the company more than the name of the product. It's a gelatin type stuff. It's powder, and you mix water. You mix it with water, and if you wait too long to drink it, it's kind of gross because it becomes very pasty. It's kind of weird. But it fills you up and it cleans out your intestines. Metamucil. Took me a moment, guys. So Metamucil works really good if you take Metamucil before you eat a meal. It helps fill you up and helps clean you out, and it reduces the carbs that you could consume. Apple cider vinegar, yeah, you can do that, and turmeric, that's good. Believe it or not, apple cider vinegar, even though it's acidic, it changes within your body, same as lemons, and does not stay acidic. It actually becomes an alkaline, cleans and helps keeps you healthy and strong inside. Yeah, Metamucil. Yeah, thanks, Efland. Or is it Florida and? I'm not sure. Fland? Might be Fland. But yeah, Metamucil. You can get it orange and natural. You can get it here on Amazon. I don't think they have it in the markets, but you can get it on Amazon, and you can get it on Lazada. It's pretty cheap. And you just take a teaspoon of it and mix it with a little bit of bottled water and drink it. It's very good for you. I'm down 100 pounds in 2 years by just doing what you say. Yeah, I'm down over 60 pounds. It works for me. Unfortunately, I smoke and drink. well, yeah, you got to give up the smoking. I don't know what to tell you. Or at least get something that stops the nicotine. They do have nicotine stopping tips that supposedly absorb the tar from cigarettes. You could do that. Yeah, psilocybin. I can't say it, but husk. Yes, that's what it is. And it's good because it reduces it fills you up, reduces the carb, and it basically is fiber. It's a fiber product, so it cleans you. Anyway, but you don't gain weight from it. You have to ask the rest of the people what's good for the liver. I think alcohol definitely is not good for the liver. Sorry, Tom, but alcohol doesn't do good. A lot of medications are not really good for the kidney or the liver. So thank you very much, Tom, for watching. Can it? So brush your teeth afterwards. I don't do apple cider. I can't stand the smell of vinegar. I hate the smell. It totally disgusts me. I tried a couple times. I couldn't do the apple cider, so I gave up. I just did the lemons and the calamansi and some of the other healthy things like cinnamon and turmeric and chia seeds. So pomegranate juice, yeah. It gets a little bit expensive here for pomegranate juice, and typically they have natural sugars, so you're not going to be able to stay in ketosis. I don't think so. Even if there's no sugar added, there's sugars in it. I don't know about milk thistle, Robin. I really don't. You'd have to look it up. What do I think about liver? Have different things about its benefits. Liver is supposed to be very good for you. Do you mean to eat like chicken or cow liver? Actually, it's supposed to be pretty good for you. I really I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I couldn't tell you. That's the way I was brought up, is told to eat liver because it has a lot of certain nutrients in it that you don't get just by eating chicken or steak. But yeah, it could be. So I've had a few people that say that Ozempic works. It's not cheap. Some people do have side effects from it. I don't plan on using it. I like the natural thing because ever since I went to Mexico to cure pancreatic C word, um, it was always do vegetables, fiber, drink water, things like that. They don't believe in drugs to lose weight because it's just another drug. That's the problem. Um, you mix it with lemon. I cannot stand this. I'm not kidding. With apple cider, it just grosses me out. Um, can't do it. I'd gag. The smell of and you know what? They use a lot of vinegar here when they give you chicken and stuff because they mix vinegar with honey or vinegar with Caro syrup. They use a lot of Caro syrup here instead of pancake syrup. Um, Horrible stuff for you, Caro syrup. I don't know what Chantix is. Maybe somebody's going to tell me. I'd have to look that up. But Andrew says to Tom, my doctor quit prescribing it. Causes the C word. Um, didn't know you guys were here. I was studying stocks early this morning. Okay. Are you doing options or stocks? I don't know, David. Let us know. Like I said, we were talking about Kevin's video. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I don't know if I have enough time for it because I'm kind of involved in a lot of things. I help the kids fundraise and do things for the kids. I'm supposed to be retired. I'm not even close to being retired. I have the YouTube channel now, and that wasn't planned, the YouTube channel. It just kind of happened. I only wanted to do podcasts with Paul, but I didn't know you had to have a YouTube channel to do podcasts. I thought Paul would be using his laptop, his account, and I would just be on it. And that's not the way it worked out for various reasons. So, yeah, passive income's evidence. I'll explain that in a minute. I couldn't stand the smell of liver. Oh, well, there's certain vegetables I can't stand the taste of as well as besides liver. You have to leave the house, come back later. Well, I believe that. I hated spinach, cooked spinach. I like spinach leaves, but cooked spinach grossed me out. I was never a Popeye. Skim said he also hates out of the blue. I can tolerate. Don't know how, but hey, I'll take it. I can't take the vinegar. Forget it. I don't like cooked spinach. It's horrible. I think it's gross. Tastes terrible. There's certain vegetables like I can't think of the name of them right now, but they're green and they're long and they're in the South. I think they start with the letter K. I can't remember. Maybe you guys could think of the word. I hate that vegetable. There's certain vegetables I don't like. Bitter vegetables. They have a lot of bitter vegetables here I can't eat. Um, is better people still like it? I don't know what you mean by that. Live on YouTube. I don't know. People like meeting interesting people, plus guys like Paul are great to listen to. Okay, explained it. Thank you. Life's retirement journey. Yeah, I just talk about asparagus. Yeah, asparagus is kind of gross. But there's another one, and it's green. It's a little thicker than asparagus, about a half an inch around and 3-4 inches long. It's kind of hollow in the inside. It's a gross one. Ones and zeros. I I think it's Ron. I think that's pretty much your name. It's pretty gross. I can't do it. I can't think of the name of the vegetable. They have it here. They also have a bitter melon and a bitter vegetable here, which is pretty gross. I don't like those either. But yeah, it's Ron. Okra. Thank you, Steve. Okra. I hate okra. I don't care if it's cold or cooked. I hate okra. Collards I could take. Collards are okay as long as they're not cooked. I do like cabbage, but if it's cooked, I like cabbage either way. But I like cooked cabbage, because, being a background of Jewish, having cabbage soup was pretty common with matzo ball soup or other things. And I like pastrami and cabbage. They don't have a good pastrami here. I miss pastrami and cabbage on what's that? What's that? St. Patrick's Day. I miss that. I really do miss that. I used to cook that. Um, let's see. But yeah, okra is gross. Bitter melon. Yeah, bitter melon. My wife cooks this. I don't like it. Has to has something to eat it. I won't eat it. I don't like it. Liver and onions are great. Used to gross out my coworkers when I would order it for lunch. It does stink. Uh yeah, you don't like it either, Ron. I don't like that. It's a southern food. Yeah. Uh, you can fry it. That's true for a couple things, like turnips. I don't like turnips. There's certain foods I just don't like. Um, what's that? Looks like a tiny cabbage and bitter. I don't know. I don't know. If it's bitter, I don't like it. Fried catfish, hush puppies. I wish I and collard greens. Yeah, they're you're from the South, Ron, huh? The Southern food, soul food. It's good. They have a lot of great restaurants in Las Vegas that sell soul food. Um, yeah, meat and potatoes are not supposed to be good together. But yeah, you lost 100 pounds. Good for you, David. Um, hello from Dan in Detroit. 59 degrees. Hey, it's cold on holiday today. Well, hi Dan. How are you? Corned beef and cabbage. Oh yeah, I miss that. Corned beef and cabbage is definitely a favorite. Don't have corned beef here either. Um, Bread in Canada is main dish. As for rice, is every dish in Philippines. You know what's funny is they have unlimited. They have restaurants here. They have unlimited rice. And I was just saying the other day, I think to Jack, it was nice if they would have unlimited French fries in the U.S. like they have unlimited rice here. Uh, we'd go crazy. Of course, we'd be horribly fat and worse than we currently are in the U.S. But they do have unlimited rice here, and it would be such a kick if a restaurant did unlimited French fries. Potatoes are cheap. I don't know why they don't. It takes time to cook them, but they are cheap. And but probably because they won't be able to sell the more expensive foods, they won't make any money. So unlimited potatoes, people come in and just have potatoes. French fries, I would if I was back in the States. Must be another commercial running because everything stops. So now I understand why the chats stop. You guys are in a commercial. Commercial break. Um, in the Navy, all meals had rice, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with desserts sometimes. A lot of Navy cooks were Asian. Okay, that makes sense. Um, In and Out. We don't have In and Out here. Yeah, I do miss an In and Out burger. I don't miss McDonald's. I don't have McDonald's. They have McDonald's here. I don't eat it. Um, Crawfish boil is that where they just dump it on a table and they put it in a plastic bag and they season it and they have corn on the cob and other things in there. It's pretty good. I miss that too. They don't have that here either. They don't boil their seafood here in a bag. But yeah, I've been there in Las Vegas, but it's been years. It's been 5 years since I've been back in the LA in Las Vegas or LA. I've been reading about kimchi. They do have restaurants here that serve kimchi. It's a little bit spicy. I will say that. Uh, guys are making me hungry. Stop it. Chili cheese fries. Come on, give me a break. Can't have that. Paul's channel commercial is always a car dealership. That's ironic. That's funny. I don't know. I don't know if he knows yet. I mean, he knows he has commercials, but I don't think he can see him on his phone either. Um, yeah, no chili cheese fries here. They don't do it right here. They don't know how to make chili here. They don't make Western chili here. It's their chili here is disgusting. I've never had good chili here. Um, so I don't know what to tell you. And fries, I always ask them if I want fries, which I don't eat too much anymore. I used to have to ask them to make it well done because they don't cook them long enough here. The French fries. Do you do steamed vegetables sometimes, complementary to the greens? Carolyn does my cooking, and she doesn't steam, so no, she doesn't know how to steam vegetables. She'll grill them, but typically they're going to be in. I tell her to use olive oil. I had to travel to Canada for work, and they all eat French fries with brown gravy on top. Doesn't sound good to me. I don't like that. So that's a Canadian thing, huh? Germany. They eat a lot of French fries. It's a staple in Germany too. Um, Where were you that you had ribeye? We don't get really great steaks here. We do get imported beef from Brazil and Australia. They don't bring American beef in here too much. Usually it's either Brazilian, Australian. Sometimes it's pretty good cuts of meat. It's pretty tender, not, but it's a little bit pricey. That's the only thing if I had a complaint. But you could take the beef that would be tough, and you mix some baking soda with water and let it sit there for an hour or two, and it tenderizes the meat. And you don't taste it. You just rinse it off. You don't taste the baking soda. Uh, no, not getting into mud bugs. I don't even know what a mud bug is, but if it has the word bug in it, I don't eat it. Uh, Here in San Diego at this place called Yard House. Oh, I know what Yard House is a chain. I've been to Yard House when I was in L.A. Also in Vegas, they have Yard Houses. Yeah, fast food is very popular in Canada. Too much of this. Young kids in schools now are always get this daily. No health, not healthy in my opinion. Yeah, it's not. Fast food isn't healthy, and a lot of times, like I know Taco Bell doesn't sell 100% beef tacos, and Del Taco is even worse. Del Taco is almost no beef at all. Um, I don't know what to tell you, man. They use things in the U.S. Like if you buy certain cereals or other boxed products, it's different ingredients when you for the same name brand product. It's different ingredients when you go to Europe because they outlaw the food colorings and other things that they put in there. Um, with dyeing, what you can cover up the smell of vinegar with. I don't know what that is. Dyeing. I don't know what dyeing is. He's laughing. I don't know what it is. Uh, I don't know what that is. But Gil says that, and I guess Steve gets it, but I don't know what that is. Where do you buy your salad stuffs? As I could never find a good variety, as I used to be a vegetarian and don't do it. I'd be broke, starving. Try Bellcrest as they have pastrami, as I love salami. Oh, I didn't know Bellcrest had pastrami, but you got to go to the open market for fresher vegetables, not Robinsons. There's a Robinsons here, and there's Lee's Plaza has a market, and Hypermart, which is part of Lee's Plaza, has a market here to buy. But I noticed the fresher vegetables and fruits are on the open market. Taco Bell's nasty. Yes, it is, Mike. Oh man, I'm so hungry now. I can get a breakfast burrito as soon as I leave. Okay, so when you say breakfast burrito, my favorite was Roberto's Taco something or other. Um, Roberto's Taco something. I can't remember. Man, they had the best burritos. I used to love that. And when I was a kid, there was a place down the street that made burritos, and they were huge, huge burritos, and they had everything in it: sour cream, cheese. The meat was great. I love the meat, the flavor. Oh, man, now, yeah, I'm getting hungry. I'm telling you, I'm getting hungry now. Mud bug is crawfish. Well, I don't like the word mud bug, so I guess crawfish are in the mud. But he's from Steve's from Louisiana. I don't know the town, but uh, once a month for fast food is okay. Any more than that is clog your arteries. Yeah, they don't have too much fast food here, but they do have bad food because they do have a lot of fried food here. They do, and they use canola oil or vegetable oil, which is not good for you. Everything's fried in vegetable oil here, so it's hard to get away from the vegetable oil here. Fried, you got to keep away from the fried stuff. Carne asada burrito, oh, killing me. Yeah, Roberto's Taco something. I don't remember what the heck the name of it. It was so good. New Orleans, huh? Yeah, New Orleans has good crawfish and boil, and I've been there a couple times actually. I used to have some investment homes there until Katrina wiped out my investment homes a few years back. A whole nother story. When Katrina came ashore in Louisiana, I believe, yeah, wiped out my rental homes I had there. If you live close to the coast there, it could follow you. May have a higher fish intake. Fish is cheap here. Fish is very cheap here. It's good for you. I just don't like anything that's fishy. Um, Coconut oil. They do have coconut oil here. They also have coconut water. So I have a housekeeper. As she comes into work, I have her pick up a couple of things of coconut water, and then they'll scrape the inside of the coconut. And the coconut nut is okay too. It's very low in carbs and it's healthy. Um, Heart disease. I'm not surprised, David, that they have heart disease. There's way too much. Uh, Rice is not good for you, but worse than that is the oil that they're using. A lot of Asian countries, I don't know about here, but a lot of Asian countries literally reuse the oil. Literally in some places they take the oil out of the sewer, filter it, supposedly clean it, boil it, and reuse it. And it's gross. That's just gross. But yeah, I'm not surprised they have heart problems here. Um, Carne asada burrito. Yeah, killing me, guys. Can't have that. There is a burrito here that they sell, which is a vegetable-based shell, but they don't sell it at restaurants. So you have to make your own. If you make it yourself, you could do it pretty good. They have I think it's a spinach-based burrito shell. I'm not sure if there's any flour in it or not. I'd have to read the carbs again, but it's green, and it's supposed to be better for you, lower carbs. And then you could do your own. You can get decent ground beef. You get premium ground beef. You can get decent ground beef here, and then you could augment it with seasoning, stuff like that. Yeah, they eat a ton of sugar here. Everything's sugar. Bread's got sugar. Everything's got sugar. Um, a video game, huh? uh, all right. I don't have any control over it. Uh, the coconut water is fresh. It's right out of the coconut. Yeah, Mike. I mean, they literally have the coconut and drill it and drain it and then crack it and and scoop the coconut meat out from the inside, and it doesn't get fresher than that. And you have to consume it within a couple days anyway. It's not going to keep. But yeah, it's fresh and it's healthy. I really like the coconuts here. They have a lot of them. There's a lot of places that's all they do is coconut water. They put it in a plastic bag. A lot of guys, all they do is they pinch off the bag and they drink it that way. But I like it chilled in the refrigerator, and then I drink it cold. So, I miss that good. Yeah, I don't know, Gil. What were we talking about? When were we talking about Oprah? Uh, I don't know when we were talking about Oprah. I missed something. I missed the conversation. Um, so what time is it? So I only have like 20 more minutes to go, I think. Because I get up early. Like I said, I'm walking now on Rizal in the early morning. Let's get some likes up there, guys. We have 100 people viewing. Let's get some likes up there. Um, and a little coffee money would be nice too. I'm going to Ground Zero tomorrow. Uh, show my girlfriend makes. Show me my. I like the show me. I don't know what that is though. Central Canada, 7:10. Oh wow. So you're 7:10 a.m. Yeah, it's 9:10 p.m. here. Uh, let's see what's happening. Hello, Island Trekker. That's Gary. Hi, Gary. How are you doing? He travels back and forth the U.S. all the time. I don't know how you do the trip. I hate traveling on an airplane for 20 plus hours. I can't do it. Uh, what is 20 pesos, Mike? What are we talking about? It was like 20. I don't know. Where are we at there? Let's get those likes up, guys. David says Monday morning. Yeah, well, it's Monday night here. 14 hours ahead of you. Okay, so you're on the West Coast, or you're even further than that. Where are you? You probably told me, but I don't remember. Where are you, David, that you're 14 hours? I think I'm 12 hours on the East Coast. So where are you? Because the West Coast is only, well, you're probably on Pacific time. Oh, in Canada. Okay, that's probably Pacific time. They have low carb tortillas. Could eat a burrito then. 5 grams. Yeah, 5 grams is nothing. You're supposedly allowed about 50 grams of carbs a day, and you'll still stay in ketosis. I actually have a tool that you exhale into it, and it measures and gives you a green, yellow, or red. And if you're in the top 20% or 10%, it stays green. It's kind of cool because it gives you a color. You don't even have to look at it, but it's pretty accurate too. So I don't know. This sounds like right here, guys. Coming up, you're going to see it. Goldfinger's young companion. So it sounds like another troll because he created a name that sounds like a troll. We're going to see what he's going to come up with. I love the trolls. Make me laugh. Coconut water is 50. Okay. Coconut water is pretty good, though. I like coconut water. It's healthy. It's got a lot of minerals in it and things that you need. Just back from Vietnam. Oh, I didn't know you went to Vietnam, Gary. I'm going to be going to, where am I going? I have to leave next year. I have to leave by January 11th, so I need to book a ticket. I believe I'm going to Vietnam this time to get away. Egg or coconut coffee? Sounds interesting. You have to tell me about Vietnam next time we get together. Yiddish words like putz. Now, who? Schmuck. Thank you so much. You won't be demonetized. Well, how about Shrek? Kyle. Okay, so who was it that was pushing it? Yeah. Okay, we'll see if Goldfinger's young companion comes up. Can of coconut water here local is $3. But here's the thing: the can of coconut might have additives to it to keep it from spoiling. May have. I don't know for sure. I don't think it's going to be as good as fresh. I'm pretty sure anything canned isn't going to be the quality that you want. It's not going to be fresh. They may have to heat it up first, boil it, and then can it. They may have to add stabilizers to it. So you're going to have to read the side, but it ain't going to be fresh. And if you don't have fresh, it's not going to be good. I don't care. Anything canned usually is not going to be good for you, unfortunately. Fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. You got to watch the fruit because of the carbs. I like apples because they have fiber. Grapes are not so good. Watermelon's not so good for you. I heard the food in Vietnam is good, more affordable. The Vietnam is actually lower cost to live. So David says, yeah, there's additives. I'm going to be going to, I think I'm going to Ho Chi Minh. I already have a ticket lined up. I'm just waiting for the price drop. It's only $200 round trip, US dollars, $200. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of him. So why bother with this guy? Yeah, you're gone. Just another troll. So forget it. Goodbye. Anyway, so Ho Chi Minh City is where I plan on going. I'm just going to stay for 5 days to a week, probably not a full week. It's just if you go there and you come back, it's actually more expensive than if you go there and stay for 4 days. If you go there for a week, it's probably the cheapest way. You leave on a Tuesday and come back on a Tuesday. It doesn't cost you very much for hotels there. The food's very cheap, cheaper than here. So, well, there is a language barrier, that's true, but I'll make do. With today, as long as they have internet, there's ways around that. Green apples are less carbs. I didn't know that. I only eat red ones, but green apples have a bitter taste sometimes, a little bit sour. So I don't know if I like red apples. I just do. Of course, they're probably sweeter. That's why I like them, and they have more sugar. Philippines is the best out of all the Asian countries once you get past the culture and the slow pace. Very slow. A lot of patience here, man. A lot of patience. Like drive you nuts. A lot of patience. Okay, they don't multitask. Oh, that's where you went. Okay, cool. I want you to meet up with you sometime. We got to meet up. Maybe we can meet up at Cafe Racer, Gare, and you have a great place for me. Okay, cool. That's where I'm going. I have to leave in January, so I'm going to book it. I'm going to book it before my renewal of my visa, so it'll renew on January. I figured it out. January 11th of next year would be the time that I have to go in for the 2-month visa renewal, so I got to leave in the first. And after New Year's, the tickets drop anyway. So the first week or so, first 10 days of January, I'm going to leave, and then I'll come back a week later, and I'm just going to go myself and hang out on Ho Chi Minh. Uh, Patience, yeah. They don't even single task. If they don't understand what you mean when you ask for something, um, Ron, they just say, or I'm sorry, we're out of stock. They don't want to say, I don't understand you, or they don't want to say, I don't know what you're asking for. And they just say, I'm sorry, we don't have that. It's really weird. I don't know why they can't say, I don't understand you, or I don't know what that is. They never say that. They'll just say, I'm sorry, we're out of stock, or I don't have that. And it'll be they'll be standing in front of it. It'll be right in front of them, like a Band-Aid. They don't know what a Band-Aid is. They don't call it a Band-Aid, okay? Or Q-tips. They don't know what Q-tips. They don't call them Q-tips, and they'll be right there on the rack. They have them. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have that. And they don't tell you they don't understand. It's really kind of weird. I don't know. So anyway, that's just what it is. That's the way it is here. I went for a doctor's visit with my wife, with her local doctor, 9 a.m. appointment. We've seen a doctor at 1 p.m. Yeah, 2 hours, and you had an appointment. That's absurd. I mean, if you go to emergency in the U.S., and you don't have an appointment, that's pretty much what's going to happen. But if you have an appointment, why are you waiting 2 hours? A little annoying. Again, he has several. So now he's Carolyn Art Gallery. Okay. Well, that might actually be Carolyn. That almost looks like her. That might actually be my girl, but that's not the right spelling, so I'm not sure, because she doesn't spell her name that way. I have to ask her. I don't want to block it until I'm sure. It's inland. Ho Chi Minh is inland. It's not on the coast. If you go to Da Nang, and there's another one, they have really nice beaches, but I don't believe there's direct flights. You have to go to Ho Chi Minh and then take another flight to go there, so you're going to increase your plane flight. But there are beautiful resorts, I believe, in Da Nang. Beautiful resorts, but they're going to cost you more. They're going to be a little bit more expensive. So, let's see. I can't get rid of this thing now. It doesn't want to. Oh, there it goes. Let's see where we are. I'll be right there. I was in Manila, went to a drugstore looking for Tums and Rolaids, and it's not on the counter. You have to ask for it. It's behind the counter. But the thing is, they may not know what Rolaids or Tums are. You have to explain to them, I need something for my stomach. My stomach's upset, and then they have a different name for it. They don't call it Tums or Rolaids. They'll call it something else. It's just weird. I don't know why. It's part of living here. You do when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So it's just, you deal with it. It's not a big deal. It's just sometimes there's long lines and it's so slow, and I'm sitting there waiting with ice cream, and I'm thinking of it melting in my basket, ice cream, and it's like, Carolyn likes ice cream. I don't eat ice cream too much, but Carolyn likes it, and actually our anniversary is tomorrow, so I've been buying her little gifts. I've had a few experiences. Patience is large there. The cultural difference and the wording of the English. Yeah, they don't take jokes too well too. You learn not to start doing your American jokes here because they think you're insulting them, and you're really not. You're just trying to break the ice, especially with a Filipino. But they don't get the American jokes at all. Doesn't work here. you know. So you got to be careful what you say. The helmet you gave my son didn't work. Now I sue you. Okay. I don't know why it didn't work. I mean, hopefully your son didn't have an accident. Maybe he didn't strap it on. I don't know. What makes the helmet not work? It's not like it has a whole lot of working parts. But then you didn't pay anything for it, so I guess you get what you pay for. I don't know what to tell you. That's interesting. But hopefully your son's okay when you say it didn't work. But yeah, good luck. You can't sue something unless they charge you for it or recommended it, and that wasn't the case. So good luck with that. Anyway, so guys, what time is it? I'm going to be cutting off in a few minutes. Anybody have any questions they want to ask me before I cut off? Again, Wednesday morning, my morning here, I'll be with Paul at 9 a.m. It'll be your evening in the East Coast at the same time, 9 p.m. And Friday, this coming Friday will be my last Monday and Friday live streams because I'm just too busy to keep doing these live streams. I might come on unannounced or something, but I can't guarantee the Mondays. I almost missed tonight. I totally blitzed out and almost missed it tonight. I literally took me a little less than 10 minutes to realize that I'm supposed to be on in 2 minutes, and I was a little bit late, but I apologize for that. But I can't do it. It's just doing too much. I'm constantly up at all hours editing and I film. I record people during the day, and then I have to edit at night, and I have no life. Hi from Queens, New York. Great interview with real estate agents. Thank you. This is what separates your channel. Great information for the people, boots on the ground. Yeah, I was, it's a lot of information. I didn't want to say anything derogatory to them, but they don't have escrows here. They don't have title insurance here. You're really taking a big risk in trying to buy something here, unless you're a Filipino, to be honest with you. If you're a foreigner, I wouldn't buy something here as a foreigner. I don't care what they say. I don't care if you use a lawyer. I don't care if it's through a bank. I don't care if you do a lease back for 25 years. Just rent. Just rent. Forget about it. Just rent. Get a long-term lease. Just rent. That's my recommendations. But buying land and reselling it, that's fine, but it's going to be in your Filipino's name because you can't own it. And yes, you'll make money on land here. They're going to be building a lot more in Dumaguete. We've got an international airport going in Bacong, so Bacong's going to grow. Valencia is still a sleeper. Valencia is going to take off very soon. So if you can buy some large piece of property in Valencia, you'll do very well. You're welcome, Robin. The 2025 scooters just came out last week, Mike. Not everybody has them, and they don't have all models. They're slowly starting to get them into the sales office. I went to one Honda shop, and they didn't have any. And I went to another Honda shop, and they had one click, a special edition click, and they had no ADVs or PCXs yet. And then I went to another shop, which was it was a brand new dealer, deals in used and new, and he had a PCX. It's not an abundance of them. I'll say that. I will say give them another. It'll be sometime in June they should have them, which makes no sense. It's typical. Everything's a day late, $1 short. Their price went up, of course. So they used to be, for a click, 82,000 pesos. Now they're 85,000 pesos. And for some reason, the Beats now went up quite a bit too. So a brand new Beat is 75,000, and it's a 110. And it's about the same size as a click. So I don't know why anybody would want a Beat, because you're paying only 10,000 less, 10,000 pesos less than $200 less USD, and it's almost the same height. Okay, it's almost the same size bike, right next to a Beat, right next to a click, but you're only getting a 110 engine, and you're not getting suspension. Didn't make any sense to me. Manage your energy. Yeah, I need to do a little less of the live, so I have a few extra hours. I agree. You can't trust what you buy over there. Not in real estate. I wouldn't. Even getting a clear title seems to be a problem, and even the realtors said, oh well, sometimes people buy it from someone that says that they own it and they take a risk. I'm not taking a risk when it comes to real estate. Who takes a risk? You want an ADV? Well, believe it or not, they're still selling. You have to ask them, because they're selling 2024s, and they're only taking 500 pesos off of them, and they're coming out with the 2025s. Go figure. We try for rent a scooter. Listen, anybody can rent a scooter. I don't ask you what you do with it, but you're responsible for it. Morning, Ted. We're leaving pretty soon. You got 5 minutes. Davis says, my wife and I bought a house and land in the Philippines. Took 3 years to finalize the paperwork. Ay, 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 David. That's all I can say. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's too much aggravation. Just rent. I'm at the point where I just like to rent. I just rented with long-term lease. That's all. I didn't want to move. I put some money in the place, and I don't care. When I'm gone, they have an improved piece of property, and I got my use out of it, so I got my money's worth, and I'm happy. Regarding the properties, real estate. No, regarding the properties in Valencia, a foreigner can't buy land there except a condo. That's true. Yes, it has to be in a Filipino or Filipina name. Yes, that's true. Yeah, I don't recommend it. David says his wife is from the Philippines, so the house is her retirement for me. I get that. I have no ties to the house. I get it. But, there's other ways. You can get insurance policies. There's other ways. Got it. He goes, Ramos says, got it. Rent it. Greetings from San Diego. Hi, Ted. I'm a new subscriber. Oh, thank you for joining. And first time watching you live. Best of luck with your channel. Well, thank you very much. It's going pretty good. It's been keeping me busy. I'm going to be live again with Paul my Wednesday morning, your Wednesday night. Be 9 a.m. our time. And it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, God, it's moving so fast now. W says, agree with the renting there. I know a guy who bought and sold condo within 3 years in Thailand. He's from America, more stable, yes. But the problem is with Thailand is a language barrier and also a visa problem. You can't stay long-term in Thailand unless you purchase a very expensive visa. May have to go to Cebu to get the scooter you want. Well, it depends on when you're coming. They should have them in June. Another few weeks, they should have them. Might be cheaper in Cebu anyway, though. Kyle, the few that made donkey comments, I don't know why, but I feel some really have it in for you. Yeah, they hate me. Creating a problem where there is no problem. That's what a troll does. Remember those little dolls with the long blue or pink hair? Anybody got any of those? They used to be called trolls. I want to get one. I'm going to see if I can find an old troll doll I think it was from the 70s. I'm dating myself. Can you put a house in your Filipina child's name? Don't know. I don't know if there's an age. You'll have to check with a lawyer. I can't be honestly tell you 100%. You could put it in a trust, and the trust could be the child's name, but I don't know if you could put it in under an 18-year-old name. I know in the States it probably wouldn't fly. I don't know about here. Talk Paul into sharing one of his funny experiences back in the car sales. He was only a car salesman for a very short time. He actually wasn't much of a salesman. He doesn't talk much about it, but he actually was he didn't work in car sales. He worked at car dealerships, and he was the guy that did the paperwork, the financing. So he doesn't have a whole lot of experience with the car sales. I don't even know if he remembers too much of it. I've had my Yamaha Aerox 155 for 5 years. That's a long time. 30,000 pesos upgrades. Wow. That's a lot of upgrades and love it. Okay, well, I guess you do. I spent a lot on my PCX. My PCX, I actually got it for free. I sold it to a guy, and he insisted he knew how to ride, and I felt he was too old for it, but he said he's been riding 600, 700, 800, cc bikes all his life. And I said, are you sure? Why don't you start off with something smaller? No, he wanted it. He crashed it, damaged it pretty badly. It totaled the bike. And he was so upset about the thing, he handed me the keys. He says, I don't want it, after he had bought it. And so, I don't know the Baja Trike big time. They don't really have too many of them here. They have them in Cebu. But they're very expensive. My understanding is they're about 1 million pesos. Anyway, so my bike really didn't cost too much because I just had to do the repairs on it, and he had paid me for the bike. And so it was almost a wash from what he had paid me to repair. So it was almost at the point where you can just buy another bike, but I didn't. And then I put another 30,000 in my bike too with with a lot of gold goodies. So my bike's a little different. I had them do gold decaling on it, but now it's with the rain and the weather and the wear and a few scratches, it's starting to look a little pale. And it is a little bit older bike. I think it's a 2022 or 23. I have like 15,000 kilometers on it. So I was saying, at the very least, next year I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it and get a new bike. How are the multi-cabs? If you're talking about, well, we don't call them multi-cabs. I don't know where you are big time, but here we don't call them multi-cabs. We call them trikes, or they have the jeepneys, but I'm not sure what a multi-cab is. Trikes suck. I'll be honest with you. Trikes suck. Guys, it's been 2 hours for me. I'm going to be calling it quits tonight. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you. Got 88 likes. I like that. Next time, I want to see 100 likes. I'm not going off till I get 100 likes. But I did get about 100 viewers at one point, and I appreciate that. I love you all. Thank you very much. If you want to see Kevin Tucker, at this time for the next week or two, you're going to have to join a membership. It's not too expensive. I think it's $4.99 for a membership. It's not too bad. And I'm going to do some other things for members too, because members have the right to see things before everybody else. That's why they pay for it. And then I'm probably going to cut off some lives. I can't do both Mondays and Fridays live. It's just being too much time right now. Though 2 hours do go by fast, but we'll see. I got another one on Friday, same time, 7:30 my time in the evening, which will be 7:30 a.m. on the East Coast. And then again, Wednesdays will be continuing on with Paul. Paul loves our banter back and forth. I saw him this morning at Ground Zero, and he says he's really happy about it, so that's good. And I've solved we were having some hang-ups, but I went into a whole thing with bandwidth of them, and I just lost them on bandwidth, but I solved all the bandwidth problems. I ran a Ethernet cable to my modem to my laptop in my office, and so I'm not using as much Wi-Fi, and I connected my cameras directly with USB, and I solved some other uploading problems, the bit rate and things like that. So I don't think we're going to have a problem, because last week, what was it, Friday? Last week, Friday, I did 2 hours with two cameras, even though it was just me, and we didn't seem to have a problem. So I don't think we're going to have a problem anymore. John, I'm not sure what you're talking about. 240,000 pesos. What's that for? What were we talking about? 240,000 is what your cost is in your Aerox, probably. Total cost, huh? Sounds like a lot. That's a lot more than 30,000 in upgrades, so I don't know. You'll have to tell me one time, John, what you're talking about. Everybody, you might be in a commercial because the chat's held up again. 5 more minutes to see if anybody has to explain anything or have any questions for me. The Baja, huh? Yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about. Anyway, Baja Trike, 240,000. Okay. I thought there were more than that, John. I really did. They don't have too many of them here in Dumaguete. Are you in Cebu or Manila? They just don't have them down here. Trikes would be great. They're a little bit pricey, but they'd be great for a lot of guys that can't ride on two wheels. But, and honestly, I don't like electric carts. I like gas, so I'm with them. I do have 2 electric carts for rent, but I wouldn't ride it. I don't like it. But hey, if you want 4 wheels on the ground and you want to get around, I don't like the trikes at all. So renting, paying the guy for the trikes, they fall apart and they're noisy and they're not very comfortable and they make a bunch of stops. So I like having my own wheels. So, I know what the Baja is Indian made, I think. They do have them down here. Yeah, they are. I know what you're talking about. It looks like a tuk-tuk. So I'm sorry, my mind wasn't thinking. Baja is a 3-wheeler. I was thinking it was, but they also have a 4-wheeler by Rusi. Is it Rusi or is it somebody else with an R? They do have a 4-wheeler, and then the 240,000 is the upgraded Baja. Yeah, a little bit pricey for me to rent out. Nobody's going to pay 25,000 a month to rent a Baja. I call them trikes, I'm sorry, I call them tuk-tuks, because that's what they look like. They look like a tuk-tuk. Anyway, guys, it looks like it held up. You guys are watching commercials. Sorry. We'll end this so you don't have to see so many damn commercials on my channel. I apologize. I don't control the commercials. I let them do their thing. I got 95 likes. Come on, 5 more, and I could go. I could call it 96. 4 more, guys. 4 more likes, and I get to go to sleep, so I can get up at 4:30 in the morning and go walking on the boulevard. 4 more likes, guys. In Bohol, that is what they use for public transport. Oh, really? Cool. They don't do that too much here. No. 97. 3 more likes, guys. Come on, hit the like button. You don't see too many of them here. They're privately owned. 98. Come on, 2 more. But yeah, I probably would buy a tuk-tuk for myself if I got older and I can't ride a bike. I still could handle a PCX. The ADVs are a little too tall for me. 1 more, guys. I'm at 99. I appreciate it. 1 more guy. Hit the like. Be that 100th person. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yes, Bajas are excellent, by the way. Bajas got the 100. Thank you very much. Bajas are excellent. They last a long time. They have them now. I don't know if it's the Baja or the Russo. It's called the Russo. They have them so that they're not like a motorcycle. They have front and back seats, bench seats. They have them covered. They have little doors, so they're pretty cool. 101. Guys, I'm going to call it a night. I get up in a few hours. Love you all. Appreciate it. Adios, amigos. Bye now.